Hey everyone, I just wanted to show the changes I made in my fork of Sprouty Labs' amazing dialogue plugin, Sprouty Dialogs. So the first change I made is to the options node. Now by default they will only display one line, and then more lines will be added as you need them in order to make it more compact. In addition, I now have conditionals that can hide dialog options that you don't want to be visible until certain conditions are met. So this one is set to striked, which means that it will be visible, but it will be grayed out and you can't select it until the condition here is met, that you have gold equal to or greater to 2. I can also choose to hide it so that the player can't see it at all. On the actual dialogue nodes, I have added this field for audio. So if you have spoken audio, if you have voice acting, or just want to add a sound effect to the dialogue, you can add that here. I've also created this alternative debugger. If you turn it off when you run a scene, you will get the normal in-game scene. If you turn it on, you will instead get this alternative window that is in the editor itself. So it won't show the portraits or the your full interface, but instead it will show you what variables are in play in this particular conversation. So here we see at the beginning of the conversation, gold is set to 0. And then when I click this option, gold gets increased. And then I have this log flow here, which shows what's happening behind the scenes in this conversation. And here you see the previously hidden dialogue options are showing up with the conditions required for them to actually show. And I can also manually edit the variables to test different conditions. So I can set it to 0, and you see that it goes back to being striked, and that one hidden option goes back to being hidden. And also when you play sounds, the sound will stop automatically the next time it activates a dialogue node so that you don't get overlapping audio or dialogue. If you want to go back to the default editor, you just turn this off again. Or sorry, the default debugger. Yeah, and I've also added a secondary default scene here. For this template, I decided to create a more Divinity kind of thing where instead of boxes that disappear, you get this sort of scrolling conversation where you can scroll back up to keep track of what has been said and done earlier and where you are in the conversation and the choices that you made. So yeah, so this one just gives you a infinite scrolling conversation where every new dialogue or option box gets appended to the bottom. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Those are the changes that I made. And I think that Sprouty Labs have created an absolutely amazing plugin, and I know that they're working hard on it and updating it, and they're planning on making more plugins for Godot in the future. So I very much look forward to seeing where their work goes. And currently, my edits seem to be compatible with Vanilla Sprouty, so I can still open my demo.tres file in the original one, and it will work. It will just remove the things that I've added. You see, yeah, there you see. That's the recursion error I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, well, that's it. Decided to offer this since I'm using it. Maybe somebody else would find my changes useful, and thank you for watching.